thought of the name Malayan because one of the inspirations in the creation of the school was our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, the pride of the Malay race, who once walked this part of the country just a little over a century ago.
Our mission is to be a global staple of excellence in professional education and research.
MCL is the #1 private school in Calabarzon.
Our mission is to provide the learning environment that would transform our students into globally competitive professionals.
To produce social wealth from the generation of new talents.
Excellence, loyalty, teamwork, discipline, and urgency. These are our core values.
To me, MCL is home.
Malayan is not just the buildings, the grounds, nor the facilities. More so, it is the people who comprise the institution. The smile of a student when he realizes that he just learned something. The embrace of friends without whom one cannot live. The values we instill, excellence and virtue.
MCL is home.
MCL is home.
MCL is home.
I am Malayan.
I am Malayan.
I am
Malay.
I am Malayan. I am Malayan.
Today.
So good morning to our parents and participants to this Viewpoints 12.0. I say it's 12.0 because this is already the 12th session that we are organizing for our parents and students. So welcome to Malayan Colleges Laguna Amapua School. And nakikita ko na po dito marami tayong mga questions that we can discuss about education in the new normal, specifically focused on the senior high school. I am Professor James Ronald Messina. I'm the Assistant Vice President for Academic Services. And under my office is the Admissions Office and the Registrar's Office. And upon checking, we have 139 attendees for this Viewpoint session. And hopefully, madagdagan po ito because we have more than 200 registered participants for this morning. Kamusta po kayo? Sana po ay okay po tayong lahat ngayon as we are all waiting for a modified general community quarantine after June 15. So, wag na po nating patagalin. I'll read some of the questions here to warm up while I'm encouraging all our 100 plus participants to stay tuned for Viewpoints hanggang sa matapos po tayo mamaya. So, audio lang po. Check lang po if my audio is good. Pwede po kayong mag-reply doon sa ating live event Q&A. So, if we have challenges on the audio, also for the production team, is my audio good? Thumbs up po kung okay yung audio ko. Ayan. So, mukhang walang nagko-comment. So, I assume okay po yung audio natin. So, again, welcome. So, we have questions here about enrollment procedures. Ano gagawin pag napasa na yung 9 documents sa Blackboard Learn? My sister is already approved for admissions. Can we do it fully online? The answer is yes. What are the requirements to apply for scholarship? Again, we said that we'll open the scholarship on the 3rd week of July. We'll be having a qualifying exam for those who would like to apply for scholarship. So please stay tuned to our Facebook page. That's MCL Admissions Office for more updates on application for scholarship. When will classes start for the new academic year 2020-2021? So Para po sa hindi pa updated, we'll start it in August 17, 2020. That's 1 week earlier than the DepEd prescribed August 24. But let me clarify that those schools, specifically private schools with capability to open the school year, even before August 24, dahil meron namang capability for online learning, are not actually prohibited by DepEd to do so. So for Malayan Colleges Laguna, we'll start it August 17, 2020. Okay? So, yun po. Since it's just the start, scheduling will most likely be set by the institution, but after that, the students will have to manually enroll in each class via online. Parang hindi po, dahil since it will be through Blackboard Learn, yung ating po mga courses in Blackboard Learn will also be enrolled automatically. So, hindi ko po alam kung saan yun nanggagaling yung worry nito. So, we'll be the one to enroll sa learning management system po natin, which is Blackboard Learn. Where can I get the personal information sheet form? Lahat po itong documents na to ay nakapost na sa Blackboard Learn since May 6, 2020. Again, I would like to seek the understanding and cooperation of our parents to please read the enrollment guidelines. Yan. Kasi kung pa isa-isa po yung tanong po natin, even though willing kaming sumagot, later on, babalikan nyo po uli kami ng napakarami pang tanong. Pero lahat po ng yan ay na doon sa ating enrollment guidelines. Nasa website po yan. Also, medyo i-dry run na po natin yung online learning as part of the new normal. Ang problema po natin dyan, number one challenge po natin dyan, pag hindi po tayo nagbasa, hindi ko po alam kung paano tayo makakasurvive sa online learning. So, again, I would like to encourage our participants, the parents, and the students to please read the guidelines so that you will be guided properly on the step-by-step procedures. Okay? So, just to check po, this viewpoint session specifically about senior high school. So, if you have concerns about the college programs, pwede pa rin naman po kayong mag-email, pwede rin po kayong mag-send ng message dito sa Q&A. We'll be happy to answer your queries about college programs and other enrollment procedures. How would I know if the uploaded document requirements were approved or not? Ulit po, hindi po yan secret. So once na-upload nyo po yan, please give us time to verify the documents. We will communicate to you via course message. Kung meron pong mga documents na kailangan isole, kulang, hindi klaro ang pagkakascan o pagkakapicture, we will be sending you a notification via the BBL course message. So, hintayin po natin. Pero kung nagtataka po kayo kung na-submit po yan, definitely po makikita niyo naman po dun sa Blackboard Learn kung siya ay submitted. Please just give us enough time to verify the documents because there are cases that we need to call the schools for the documents submitted to us. So may mga ganun pong cases. So hintayin lang po natin yon. Yan. So what does shift to semestral mode mean? Yan. So masasagot po yan later by our speaker for this morning about the senior high school. So all documents, affidavit of undertaking, statement of compliance, lahat po yan ay nasa Blackboard Learn na and they are all tagged as assessments or assignments na ipapasa ng ating mga students. Yan. Personal information form, insurance, ayan. So palagay ko po ito nagbasa ng guidelines pero ina-expect niya nandoon sa website yung mga forms. Wala po. Nakalagay po sa guidelines, you need to access Blackboard Learn. So then again po, for you to be guided with the procedures, please read the guidelines and follow them religiously para po tayo ay hindi maligaw doon sa ating remote enrollment process. So again, this is our online meeting for new students and the parents of our new enrollees. So, pag meron po tayong mga old students dito, okay lang po kayong mag-join. Pero gusto ko lang pong reiterate that the discussions will actually tackle more on new student enrollment. If also we have senior high school students here, grade 12. Alam ko interesado kayo to know the enrollment procedure for our college programs. However, if you remember, we are giving you a commitment to give you a seamless transition to college. So the only requirement for you is to submit your report card na hindi pa tapos dahil ongoing pa yung ating third term. So please wait until July 10. That's the card giving day for grade 12. After July 10, we'll be opening the enrollment for grade 12 students of MCL starting July 15. So July 10 release ang grade, July 15 mag-enroll na yung grade 12 students natin. Okay? So hintayin lang po natin yon for our MCL grade 12 students. So dumadami na yung ating mga tanong and definitely it will be answered later during our open forum or perhaps during our discussion with about senior high school. Considering the fully online learning, just would like to inquire the number of students per class. So yan yung mga questions na naka-float dito sa ating Q&A. Okay? So thank you very much for raising these concerns. This will be addressed properly in our forum. Okay, so with us in this forum is the Director of the Student Affairs Office, Professor Angelito Platino. So, nandito po siya. If you have concerns on scholarships and financial assistance, if you have concerns on student services, nandito po si Sir Lito to share with us sa mga questions niyo po. So, feel at home to raise your questions in our Q&A section. Okay, so this morning we have the principal of the senior high school to talk about the plans of the department on how to implement learning continuity and basically senior high school education in the new normal, especially for those who are very much interested to enter Malayan Colleges Laguna for grade 11. So join me in welcoming Teacher Tony Rose Levita. Ayan. So, Ma'am Tony, are you there?
Hello, good morning. Good morning to all. Good morning, Sir James. Good morning, Sir Lito, and all the attendees, all 140 attendees of this Viewpoints. Pang 12 na pala to, Sir James. Ang dami na nating naging Viewpoints. But yes, I'm glad that we have... the biggest. Yes, so far, no? I'm glad that we have allotted a specific meeting for us to be able to share our plans for senior high school. There have been a lot of discussions already, even over different media platforms. Maraming nag-worry kung ano na ang mangyayari sa pag-aaral ng mga bata nila, ng mga estudyante, ngayong darating na school year 2020, because we're still in the middle of this pandemic. So, MCL Senior High School is taking on the challenge of and the mandate, of course, of the Department of Education to continue the learning of the students who would wish to be engaged this coming school year. And with that, I would like to share with you, can we have the slides now? I would like to share with you our initial plans for the senior high school in MCL, surpassing limits in the new normal. Yan, Sir James, ang ganda niya na. Okay, so basically the direction of our school year 2020-2021 is really a bit different from the previous school years that we've had since we started in 2016. We started already with blended learning. We have our learning management system, and it supplements the face-to-face engagement of our students here in school. But this time, with a decision of the government to hold no face-to-face sessions for school year 2020 until there would be a vaccine, so we will be engaging in a different mode of learning. MCL Senior High School is still really committed to continue delivering that quality education despite this challenging situation of COVID-19. And we are steadfast in that mission of providing a learning environment that would transform our students into globally competitive professionals. And so with all these things going on, MCL has, if I may say, since we already have established a learning management system with us since the beginning, it was, I wouldn't say it was easy, but there was an opportunity to immediately shift to the online learning approach because we have an established learning management system, which I think is a good thing for Malayan Senior High School. No? So with that, we have carefully planned and designed MCL Online, and this is to address the demands of this current condition, yet providing meaningful and relevant learning experiences. Ito yung laging kino-question ng mga bata, no? Na will it be the same as the quality of learning that we're getting in the face-to-face? Yun pong, if I may say, no, yun kasing quality of learning, hindi mo masasabing yan ay 100% nakadepend sa medium na ginagamit, whether it's a face-to-face or whether it's fully online or blended approach. Part of the learning process is definitely the openness of the learner as well. 50-50 lang siguro yan. Ano? Part of the learning process is also the willingness of the learner to learn. Kasi kahit naman na face-to-face, kung hindi naman pumapasok ang bata at hindi nag-engage sa mga tasks niya sa classroom, ganun pa rin ang kahihinat na no? So what we're doing here is we are providing a new platform which we know the students are quite comfortable since they are familiar with the tools that we will be using. Okay, so next slide please. Our plan is not to exactly simulate the classroom sessions, because definitely we cannot. There's no physical interaction because that's what we're trying to avoid, right? We don't like the face-to-face because of the threat of the spread of the virus. But then again, we still want to give it a sense of normalcy, a sense of regularity that this plan would still work out for our students. So the key features of this MCL online learning would be it is structured, it is flexible, it is holistic, it's safe and secure, and it is collaborative. It is structured because, as I have said, we want to provide our students a sense of normalcy. Similar to attending classes in the physical classroom, there will be predictable routines that will help them adjust easily from the face-to-face, lalo na po yung mga anak ninyo na galing ng grade 10, probably, no? Galing ng grade 10 na sanay sa the traditional face-to-face learning, it would hopefully allow them to easily adjust to online learning kasi it's just like a change of atmosphere, a change of the environment from the face-to-face to online, but still the routines will still be established. There will be specific periods that will be allotted for asynchronous and synchronous engagement. Since this is fully online, we understand the challenges that our parents and students may be facing on internet connectivity, on the use of the gadgets, and all those things. So the way that we have designed MCL Online is something that would somehow address these kinds of challenges. So it's not fully live online through and through. So if your child, for example, would have a schedule of 7 to 12:30, for example, there would only be specific periods within that time frame that your student or your child will be expected to go live online, but definitely not all throughout that learning block time, not the whole time that your child would be expected to be live on screen. So there will be the structure of the weekly homeroom check-ins. Their advisors will be checking on them for a few minutes. They will have the regular meeting for the courses they have enrolled. well, when we speak of courses here in Malayan Senior High School, we speak of the subjects. You might be familiar with the term subjects no, in high school. So there's specific time for each of their subjects. It may be synchronous meeting or the live class meeting, or it may also be asynchronous. They may be given the time to access some of the materials uploaded or shared by their teachers. It may also be used for time of consultation or even for furthering the discussion that from the materials that were already given. Within the time frame, there will also be a schedule for some technical assistance, because we know that this runs on technology and there may be some challenges that our students are facing. So we will also be allotting a specific time when they can seek for some technical assistance. And then part of the structure also definitely will be our guidance and counseling services. There would also be a period for our counselors to check in on our students if they are they're doing fine with the way that we are delivering learning. So that's how structured it is. There's specific schedule every day and within the week that our students have to engage in. It's also flexible. What is the flexibility? When we speak of flexibility, we understand that our learners have different contexts. They have different learning environments. They have varied levels of readiness, and their interests as well would vary. So there are flexibility on certain areas in the learning process. The online tasks and deadlines, for example, will be dealt with reasonable leniency. Unlike in the face-to-face, when a teacher meets the class today, a teacher may be giving an assignment and it is due next meeting. But for online tasks, assignments, and the deadlines of these online tasks will be dealt with reasonable leniency. It would not be as strict as that in the face-to-face meeting. And also, the rubrics of some outcomes-based tasks, the performance tasks, will have to be adjusted to really give more weight to the skills, the competency that's being developed, and to probably limit those areas that would also not be possible maybe for online submission or online delivery of these outcomes performance tasks. There would also be flexibility on the use of other online platforms. Although, as I have said a while ago, we have BBL or the Blackboard Learn as our official learning management system, there would be flexibility on the use of other online platforms. Even now that we're almost at the end of our third term, we have already jumped into the online learning, and we are implementing this kind of flexibility because we understand that our students may have easier access to other online platforms, but we have listed down those that are acceptable for educational purposes. No? So besides BBL, they can still make use of other online platforms, especially for communication purposes. If there are other maybe communication platforms that our students find easier to use in reaching their teachers, then that is also acceptable. Also, there is flexibility on the activities. As I have said a while ago, there could be asynchronous or synchronous activities. It is more self-paced mode, and there could be a variety of tasks where students can choose, depending on their contexts, as I have said. But all these would be targeting a specific competency in the lesson. So there could be a list of activities which they can choose from, and then it can be graded the same way. So it could be suitable to the respective interests, the context, and the condition also of your child, knowing that they are working on these tasks at home. All right, so that's being structured and being flexible. Next is it's also holistic. Despite the non-face-to-face mode of learning delivery, MCL Online is also geared towards providing a holistic approach to educating every Malayan senior high school learner. The engagement of our students will not only be limited to academics. That would be too tough for them, no? Kung every day of the whole week they are facing their gadgets solely for academic purposes. We also want to give an avenue or a way for our students, a way for our students to, of course, share their talents, their skills. So we will be having other forms of engagement and not only academics, where student skills and interests that could simulate campus life would be given a venue. What are the suggested non-academic engagements? It could be an online gallery showcasing the artworks of our students. It could be online jamming. Our students really love this. They really love music. So pwedeng may mga online mini concert or probably song requests. Others would want to play DJ. They do that here when we were having the blended approach. And it's very much possible to do that online as well. There could also be online Zumba for those who are into more physically engaging activities. And of course, we would like to provide an avenue for our students to call on somebody like a helpline. So we have Friend Online. It's a helpline for those experiencing some academic stress and that they need some assistance on certain personal problems or even academic matters. We would like to come up with Friend Online. So, hindi naman lahat ng engagement ng bata natin ay academics. We would like to target a holistic approach to educating them so that we will be able to see the progress of our students similar to how they would do if they are coming here physically to school. Also, our MCL Online is safe and secure. The online learning delivery platform shall continue to safeguard the privacy and welfare of our students. Data privacy policies and child protection guidelines shall be strictly implemented. No, much as we started implementing this when the law was enacted here in school during the blended approach. More so now that we will be moving to online learning delivery, data privacy and the child protection policies will still be very much in place. So our online engagement, the online engagement of your kids, of the students, their online performances and submissions shall be collected solely for academic purposes only and nothing more. It will not be published in any way. It will not have to be shared in any way. And we have standing guidelines for that. The learning management system accounts, the BBL accounts of the students, shall remain to be password protected and password update shall be required before the start of the school year. It would be a requirement now that the students should be updating their password in BBL, especially now that we're moving to online learning and there will be more time for them to really be engaged in the online materials or in the BBL materials that they have in their LMS accounts. So it is very important that we safeguard the materials and also their submissions in the LMS. The personal information also that we will be collecting from students through the homeroom advisor shall be kept with utmost confidentiality and shall only be used for communication of school-related matters. You might notice that at the beginning of the school year, the homeroom advisor during the homeroom online check-ins might be asking from the students some personal information. Why? Especially the contact details. Why? Because in this online mode of learning delivery, communication is really key. And we would like to really reach out to parents and even students as much as we can. We want to give more updates to parents as to the progress of their kids. So I hope that you would understand that we will be asking for these personal details. You might be asked of an active email account. It's very important because that's where we will be sending some updates on the progress of your child. So, but as I have said, these personal information will be kept with utmost confidentiality. Online interactions, maybe the virtual classes, and the online behavior of students, and those interacting in the virtual classes, the submissions and other forms of communications shall be covered by the child protection guidelines. So anyone who misbehaves, anyone who probably we are familiar with cyberbullying. So again, that child protection guidelines is still in place, and so we have a reporting mechanism if ever that happens. All online materials, links, applications, software, and similar resources to be deployed to students in any online platform shall all be age appropriate and shall only be used in the fulfillment of the objectives of this learning platform. So it will not be abused to communicate any other personal matters or non-academic or non-school related matters, personal matters, so to speak, no? So it should only be for the fulfillment of the objectives that we have set. Okay, so we are sure that the online engagement of your kids would be covered by these policies, the data privacy and the child protection policy. And lastly, our MCL Online is also collaborative. It is not true that when you're facing the computer, you're facing your gadget, you're not collaborating anymore. Of course, we know that that's not the case anymore these days because there are various platforms that can be used where you can make interaction with people in real time, just like what we're doing now. No, we're having viewpoints. You can hear me, and probably later I can also hear from you. So MCL recognizes the importance of a strong homeschool partnership in the success of this online learning platform. So we want this to be as collaborative as possible, as interactive as possible. Hence, it is important, it is really imperative that both the teachers and the parents, you, are familiar with each other. No? At least we know yung kung sino yung homeroom advisor ng anak nyo, sino yung teacher niya sa Filipino, sino yung teacher ba niya sa Com1, para if ever you have some concerns, it is easy to reach out and to communicate, no? So we will establish a homeschool partnership collaborative feedbacking mechanism. That's why we will be asking for this personal information at the beginning of the school year, so that the advisors of your children and even the teachers of your children could reach you personally to give you some updates and to inform you of the progress of this online learning that we're having. I know that there are some probably, should I say, doubts or some questions already running in your mind on how can this be really made possible. But I would like to assure you that our pool of teachers will be deployed this coming school year prepared. They will have to undergo the training. Actually, they've already undergone training this third term, but there would be still a series of training and retraining for our teachers on various aspects, not only in teaching, but even in dealing with academic matters using this online platform. So it's this kind of learning platform will already be a two-way process. Unlike before, that when you send your kids to school, they're there and you may be at a loss as to what's going on already in school. But now that it's online, we were trying we have started already collaborating with parents during the blended learning approach. But more so now, we would like to strengthen that. Now that we are moving to fully online learning delivery, we would like to strengthen that bond, that partnership we have with you. So because we know that the success of every child not just depends on the lessons that are given to him. It would also be the support of the home, of the parents, and everybody probably in the household would be contributory also to the success of this learning environment. Okay, so those are key features of our MCL Online. Our learning management system, I was referring to this a while ago, is Blackboard Learn. Next slide, please. There. You would see here the different features of our Blackboard Learn. And your child would be able to do these things actually with the learning management system. So solely our Blackboard Learn can already simulate what's happening inside a real physical classroom. So, but then it's happening online. So students would be able to study, review their notes. They can always go back to these notes. They can even put the remarks on these notes that would be uploaded by their teachers. They can also attend virtual classes, no, if so needed, because there is the collaborate feature in Blackboard Learn. So they would see their teacher like how you see me now. They would see their teacher, and the teachers can also see them. They can also communicate to the students. There could also be recitation during the collaborate. There could also be answering of problem solving, probably, no, because there could be a whiteboard literally, no, in the virtual classes that they will be holding in collaborate. If I may share my experience with collaborate, actually students love collaborate. Whenever I do collaborate sessions with them, sometimes they request na sana lagi na lang collaborate, wag na tayo mag face-to-face sa classroom. Nag-enjoy sila. And the best part here is the students, they get more engaged and they get more excited to participate in the class, and without the restrictions probably in the physical classroom. Yung hindi na nahihiya, hindi na nag-iisip kung ano yung sasabihin ng classmates sa tabi niya. Personally, that's my experience with my virtual classes in Collaborate. The students really love this. They are more participative in virtual classes. Also, they can answer exercises and get immediate feedback, because the teachers can design exercises where it can immediately be checked and feedback can be given. So these exercises, it may be quizzes, it can be seat works, it can be just practice drills. They can answer this online. They can also watch videos, and they can get links that will be given to them by their teachers. No? These videos may be teacher-made videos, or it can also be those that they have gotten from websites, no, that may be used to supplement learning and the engagement of the students. They can also check on their grades. It is really a must that our teachers update the grade center. We call that the grade center. It looks like from the teacher's perspective, it looks like a record book, no? But when the students see the grade center, they will see there the list of the graded tasks that they have engaged in already and the scores that they get. So they get updated as to their class standing. They know already if they are in the passing range, or they would be aware of what other items they need to submit kasi medyo wala pang score doon. So they get updated on those things. This can also be used to discuss lessons and topics with classmates and teachers. There could be an exchange of, there could really be a discussion. No? Teachers would be opening a discussion board, probably starting a prompt question, and it could be a thread of discussion so that inputs coming from students and teachers may be written there. It could also be used to consult teachers through course messaging. consulting teachers would be an important part of the learning process para malinaw din sa bata kung ano yung mga requirements ni teacher at kung meron siyang questions dun sa mga binibigay na instructions, it could be coursed through the teacher directly. No? And the same way for the teachers, if there are some announcements or there are some reminders that may be given, the teachers can also course message the students individually or as a group. It could also be used to submit projects and assignments. And also, it can be used to access online and digital resources because we have access to Wiley and MacGraw online materials and online resources. And even our online library can be accessed through BBL. So basically, all the tools that our children need to study are all in this one package of BBL. That's how our students call it, no? BBL or the Blackboard Learn. But as I have said, besides Blackboard Learn, part of our flexibility in the online learning is also to allow our students to make use of other platforms. So there could also be times that they would be accessing YouTube for some of the videos, whether teacher-made or links that the teachers are giving them. They could also make use of their emails, no, email addresses, their live email accounts. They can also use probably Zoom, or they can use Microsoft Teams to meet if there is a need for some small group collaboration. They can make use of these other online platforms. Lastly, you might want to know, well, these are just the choices that you might want to check for what gadgets or learning tools they be needing to participate in this online. Are we there, Miss Mia? Yeah. To participate in this online learning, will be, there you go, the required gadgets and tools that we will be implementing. So you may either use a tablet or a smartphone or either a laptop, Chromebook, or a desktop. So these are minimum requirements. You may go higher than this. And required ba na may camera? Hindi naman siya very hard requirement kasi not all, even in the synchronous sessions, we don't naman require that we see the face of the students if the students would not want to show themselves, no? So it's not really a hard requirement kasi may mga ganong questions sometimes yung mga bata, kailangan ba nakikita ako ni teacher? Basta naririnig ka ni teacher, okay na yan, especially in synchronous activities. So I think that's about it. The basic things that you might want to know on how we will be delivering online learning for this coming school year 2020. All these things and other more detailed information about our online learning delivery will be given to our new enrollees in a primer format, whether digital or physical. Pagka siguro modified GCQ, I'm not sure if the school can already allow visitors to come in kapag modified GCQ na, if we will be allowed. But if not, as you enroll, we will be, before the start of the school year, we will be giving you a primer or a guide for our online learning delivery. And we will be including some more details there, contact persons whom to reach if ever you have some concerns on certain offices or certain courses or subjects that you have. We will also be indicating in the primer the roles and responsibilities of students, the parents, the teachers, no, so that we are all on the same page in this online learning delivery. So I think that's it, and let's just be excited that we will be treading on a new learning environment, and that should really be exciting rather than scary, no, for all of us. I think that's it. Do we have questions already, maybe? Sir James, are you there? Okay, while waiting for Sir James, I think I can see some questions here that I can answer. Is it true that in grade 11 STEM S, there's no math subjects? It is not true. Why? Because part of the curriculum of senior high school are three types of courses or three types of subjects. We have the core subjects, we have specialization, and we have applied. And if you're entering a STEM strand, even if it's STEM science, the math components of STEM could not be removed there. It is really a requirement. So you will still have your pre-calculus, your calculus, and your general physics, no? Physics 1 and physics 2. But what makes the STEM S or STEM science different from STEM M, which is STEM math, is that we have electives in STEM science that will help our students to easily transition to a science course later in college. So we have electives like zoology, we have electives like microbiology, and these are not given to STEM math students. It's only for STEM science. So they can be exposed to more of the science-related courses. Okay. But there's no way that we can remove the math courses from the STEM strand because that's a requirement. Okay, are there other questions here that I can answer, academic related? When will classes start? Our opening, I think, is August 17. Yes, August 17. So before August 17, you can already start checking your BBL because we will be sending our information through BBL as to your schedule and your teachers so that you would be on board by August 17. Hi, Sir James. I see you there na.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Tony, for hosting the first part of our discussions on the senior high school. So, kung meron po mga questions yung mga parents, please feel free to raise them here, especially yung mga academic. So, kanina yung parang na-answer na yung concern about the fully online, tama ba? Tsaka yung sa semestral. So, may question tayo about the shift to semestral. So, maybe we can expound a bit on what are the advantages of transitioning the senior high school to semestral system.
Okay, yes. Some of our parents here might have heard already that in the past school years, we have a trimestral school calendar. When we started in 2016, that's how we started trimester, so 3 terms. But now we're moving to semestral. That doesn't mean that it didn't work. No, the trimester scheme didn't work. But really, the direction to move to semestral school calendar is to be more aligned to the Department of Education's calendar. What are the benefits that our students can get? Okay, so first is that they really have longer time to engage in their courses and to what do you call this? They have longer time to engage with their courses and that they have longer time to come up with performance tasks. No, we know that in senior high school there's a high premium or ang laki talaga ng percentage na binibigay ni DepEd for performance tasks. And we want our students to give more time to delivering quality performance task outputs. So they have more time to do that if we are running on semestral. Kasi sa semestral, we have 20 weeks, Sir James, compared to the 12 weeks that we have in trimester. Also, in the semestral, when Hindi naman sana, no? Pero, well, of course, we see that possibility all the time that our students would want to go to a different college after senior high school. Then, the calendar that we're following somehow is similar to the other basic education units, and it would be easier for our senior high school to move to college programs if ever it's not here in MCL that they would be entering into. But really, we see that the benefit of the semestral is on the quality of outputs that our students can come up with. If we will be giving them more time to engage and immerse fully in the courses that they have within one semester, we are somehow giving them also more time to develop the skills that they need to develop across the different courses that they have enrolled.
Okay, so thank you very much for that feedback and explanation on the benefits of transitioning the senior high school to semestral. So, meron tayong question dito about the laboratory courses. So, basically, what's the plan of the senior high school for the facilitation of laboratory courses for siguro STEM, ICT? So, maybe we can share some of the plans of the senior high school.
Yes. Kasi sanay tayo talaga, sir, na kapag laboratory ang sinabi, kailangan nandun ka sa loob ng laboratory, no? Dahil naandun ang mga equipment na kailangan for the experiment. But nowadays, it's different. We have access to virtual laboratories already. We have simulations that could be made possible online. So what's our plan? For our wet labs, well, the science laboratories, no, bio, chem, and physics, we will be doing simulations. There are virtual laboratories that we are now, it's now in the works. You're familiar probably, Sir James, with Labster, and we are in the discussion now as to providing this. We have in the plans, no, of providing these virtual laboratories and simulations to our students in STEM. For ICT, it's not much of a problem because really the softwares that they would be needing could come from open source softwares in the internet. So medyo mas madali yung si ICT tsaka yung si IT natin, no, na courses. We also have another laboratory course, purely lab course in the STEM strand, which is robotics. This is another elective. It's not DepEd mandated course, but we are offering it as an extra course here in MCL. How do we do the robotics? Well, we have the modules already for an online delivery of our robotics courses. And the same way that the students will learn how to program robots, we can do that online also because it has already been converted to an online platform. So they can actually perform the programming part and make the robots move in the virtual setup. So we have that, Sir James, in place now. We have foreseen the probably difficulty if we will not be acquiring these access to virtual laboratories. But meron na kasi, may ganung access na eh. Hindi na limited ang laboratory sa physical laboratory. There are already simulations that are made available for schools. And MCL is just studying which could best suit the demands of the courses that we're offering. And so we will be doing that. Simulations.
Okay, so thank you very much for that clarification. So may mga several concerns. Since it's just the start, scheduling will most likely be set by the institution, but after that, will the students have to manually enroll in each class via online? Or will the school also set the schedule or subject for the next consecutive terms? So, basically po, ang senior high school po ay preloaded. So, ibig sabihin, it's the senior high school department that sets the schedule. Tama ba, Ms. Tony?
Yes, sir. We have prepared schedule per section. So, ang ano na lang po dyan, once they enroll, kung saang section po sila mapupunta. Pero we have already a preloaded schedule and the courses are there for every section.
Ayan. So, yun. So, basically po, actually, kahit sa ibang eskwela naman, kahit tumanap kayo ng ibang senior high school, wala namang free enrollment or free sectioning pagdating sa senior high school.
Yes.
So, it's really the department, the academic department that sets the scheduling of the students. Ayan. Pagdating sa college, in the succeeding trimesters, ayan po, meron na tayong online enrollment and they can actually choose their preferred schedule and the loading for that particular trimester. Pero sa senior high school po, dun tayo sa preloaded academic courses na required sa kanila. Yan. So, the plan for grade 11 for AM class and grade 12 for PM class, any news? So, siguro ito ay current grade 11 student ngayon na papunta ng 12.
Oh.
Kaya interesado siya.
Kaya alam niya na yan. Yes, sir. We still maintain the AM-PM shift. So there are grade 11 sections in the morning and grade 11, a few in the afternoon. And then the grade 12, ganun pa rin yung setup natin. May AM, may PM.
Okay.
Although sa grade 11, karamihan po ay morning.
Ayan. So, thank you. What if the school credentials are not yet released from the former school of my daughter and they cannot give us definite date of release? Ayan. So, definitely po, hindi lang yan problema ng eskwela ng daughter ninyo because of the ECQ nakalagay sa guidelines ng IATF, all school premises must remain closed. Bukod doon, there are really some schools with still ongoing academic term. So, hindi natapos yung school year para sa kanila. Kaya wala pa rin pong available na grades, lalong walang marerelease na report card. However, as stipulated in the guidelines that we issued, we are strictly enforcing the Department of Education Basic Education Enrollment Policy, which was released in 2018 and reiterated by another memo last May of this year, specifically about the pandemic, na ang sinasabi po, in the absence or in the case of insufficient documents submitted for enrollment, you can still proceed with the next academic year, but you will be considered temporarily enrolled. Kaya po meron tayong affidavit of undertaking. So, kung babasahin po natin yung affidavit of undertaking, nakalagay po doon na ako ay nag-enroll bagamat kulang yung mga requirements na ipapasa. That's why I am undertaking and committing that I will be submitting them once available. So ano po ang ibig sabihin? May proseso po tayo dito sa tinatanong na to. Insufficient school credentials will still be allowed for enrollment, but your enrollment will be considered temporary. Okay, so yan po ay nakabatay sa DepEd memo, kaya wag po kayong mabahala dyan sa concern na yan. So ang gagawin, in the absence of the report card, good moral character, PSA birth certificate, kayo na may nagtanong din doon, nag-request yata sa SM, sarado pa, napapadala. So ano ang gagawin? May proseso po tayo dyan. I-submit po natin yung affidavit of undertaking dahil yun po ang magpapatunay ng inyong commitment to submit the documents once available. Ayan. So may tanong na, ito medyo technical yung tanong ni mother o ni father. Is MCL PASCO accredited? Ayan. So take note, wala pong basic education na buo ang Malayan Colleges Laguna. Meron lang po tayong senior high school which is grade 11 and 12. Ang PASCO po for the longest time, ang accreditation level niyan ay for elementary and high school na wala po tayo. Dahil ang senior high school ay bago pa po at kada buwan ay nababago-bago ang kanilang mga advisories and guidelines, wala po tayong magagamit na standards to accredit senior high schools. Kaya wala pa po talaga sa buong Pilipinas na merong PASCO accreditation na senior high school. Kung may mga nakikita po kayong tarpaulin na nakapaskil sa guardhouse ng eskwelahan na PASCO accredited, ang school na to, yun po ay tumutukoy sa kanilang basic ed, which is grade 1 to grade 10. Siguro sa publicity, sa marketing, nadadama yung senior high school. Pero kung pag-uusapan po natin in technical terms, yung accreditation na po na yun ay para lang sa elementary or high school. Is it possible to still avail the MCL Cup scholarship? Yes, it's ongoing. We already issued the MCL Cup certificate. So, malamang po natanggap nyo na po yon. Hindi na po namin yun babawiin. Kaya pwede nyo pong gamitin yon. I-send nyo po sa inyong enrollment advisor para ma-validate kung meron kayong natanggap na MCL Cup scholarship. What about iOS? Do you recommend? Siguro this is for yung mga cellphones, mobile phones, or tablets to be used for online learning. Yes, ang Blackboard Learn po ay merong app sa iOS. So, pwede nyo po yung i-download. Okay? What is your plan for subjects with lab like bio? Nasagot na po ito kanina. Yung lobster po na binanggit ni Teacher Tony ay hindi yung lobster na kinakain. It's laboratory, L-A-B, lobster, which is an application na kompleto with simulated experiments. So, sabi ko nga, we're always ready to deploy the laboratory learning experience to the students. In our viewpoint session last Saturday, I emphasize it with the parent kasi siya ay food technologist, yung anak niya ay chemical engineering student sa MCL, and she is quite worried about the suspension of classes na ang feeling niya na may menos yung mga laboratory learning experience ng bata. Sabi po namin ay MCL is always ready to to conduct laboratory classes in our facilities. Ang gobyerno po ang nagsasabi na hindi pwede because of the pandemic, and we perfectly understand that. And the commitment that we are saying is that once we are ready to open the schools for these learning activities, nakakatiyak po kayo na may facilities, may instructors, may gagamiting apparatuses, may safety standards na in place for the laboratory and equipment na kailangan nila for their biology, chemistry, and even IT courses. So, hindi lang naman po mga science ang may laboratory sa MCL. So, para sa mga parents na nagpunta na dito noong bago pa mag-lockdown, nakita niyo po yung facilities natin, and that's an assurance that MCL can give you that we are ready to offer to deliver these learning programs for our students. Meron na po bang available na tuition fee for senior high school? Pwede po paki-post, paki-email sa amin. Pwede. Pero paki-email nyo po kami para malaman namin yung email address nyo. So, please email us at admissions@mcl.edu.ph and we will reply with the tuition fees na tinatanong po ninyo. Yan, nakapost po yung ating mga contact numbers. Para mas madali po, I suggest i-text nyo yung Smart and Globe na yan. Para po pag nakuha namin yung text message, we will call you and we will discuss to you the details of the tuition fee. Kasi po pag nag-email po kayo sa amin, ano po yan, 101% sure po, meron niyang follow-up question. So para po mas mabilis po yung ating response rate, please text us, we will call you, and we will discuss to you the details of the tuition fee. Para po lahat ng inyong follow-up question ay masagot ng aming admissions team. Don't get me wrong po, hindi sa ayaw namin kayong sagutin. Gusto lang po namin ay mabilis yung pagsagot. Kaya ang pinaka-efficient po dyan ay yung aming mga mobile numbers na nakapost ngayon sa ating mga screen. Meron pa rin pong manaka-naka na tumatawag sa landline na naririnig ninyo yung mga telepono sa background na nagri-ring. So, nasuswertehan nyo lang po na may viewpoints at may sumasagot sa mga landline namin to entertain the queries. Pero we would like to encourage all the parents and prospective students to use our mobile phones for inquiries regarding tuition, open admissions, and enrollment procedures para mabilis po yung aming response sa inyo. What is the recommended strand in preparation for multimedia course in college? So, Ma'am Tony can perfectly answer this. So, meron po tayo ngayong advising na rin. Ano ba yung recommended strand for multimedia course in college?
Yes. You can, and the student can take a Hume's course. Yes, it is. There are some courses there that may be aligned in multimedia, especially in the communication courses and the English courses there in Hume's. Well, if the student wants to be engaged more in the technical aspect, it could also be in the ICT, sir. Kasi there are also some specialization courses in ICT that may be relevant also pagka nag-MMA ang students. Pero more on talaga na sa Hume, sir, ang strand if you would like to enter or to take up MMA program for college. Humanities and Social Sciences po yung Humes.
Ayan. So, yun po. So, follow-up question. Siguro ibang tao na ito. Sa Humes po, ano ang offered na electives?
Sa Humes po, meron tayong Political Science as an elective. May Performance Arts din po as an elective. Well, there are other courses that are added to the DepEd mandated courses. We call them electives, but actually it is somehow required for all strands to take, like our life skills. Sir James, you know that we have the life skills ng safety, road safety, merong life skills ng first aid CPR, and also financial literacy. So, but that's given to all strands. Pero particularly for Humes, we have these two. We have Political Science and Performance Arts.
Okay, so yun po. Ang pinaka-secret po dyan na mai-advise ko sa inyo, payong kaibigan, is to talk to your child. At saka konting observation na din po, ano ba yung skill ng bata. So kung halimbawa, decided siyang mag-multimedia arts, ano ba yung kanyang skill? Nandun ba siya sa communication side o nandoon siya sa skill side? So, pag yung skill, dalawa pa yon, communication skill side o yung technical skill side na pinag-uusapan. So, pag yung bata po ay mas proficient siya on the design, pag communication by visual design, so, baka po maboard siya doon sa communication side. Baka ang dapat niyang kuhanin yung MMA, yung multimedia arts, na ang linya niyan, photography, video production, animation, advertising. So, yun po ang linya niyan. Pero kung siya ay nandoon sa public speaking, writing, mas okay po siya doon sa COM, yung Bachelor of Arts in Communications. Naka-align din po yan, kasi kung decided na siya based on your observation and the inclination and interest of the child, na siya ay kukuha ng BA-Com, suggestion po namin na pumunta siya doon sa Humanities and Social Science na strand. Kung MMA naman po siya na more on the technical side, we would suggest doon siya sa ICT. Kasi doon yung mas skill na component ng communications technology. Pero linawin din po natin, there is a joint guidelines issued by the Commission on Higher Education and the Department of Education that a student, basta senior high school graduate, pag nag-enroll sa college, kung ano yung kanyang program of choice sa college, dapat tanggapin ng university o ng college, irrespective or regardless ng kanyang senior high school strand. So, pwede, kung ano man po yung gusto niyang kuhanin na strand sa high school, dahil technically, hindi yon kino-consider sa college if we are talking of vertical alignment. Pero kagaya po ng sabi ko, pa yung kaibigan, para mabigyan po natin ng sense yung isa sa mga purpose ng K-12, as early as now, i-profile po natin yung bata para malaman natin yung kanyang inclination, interest, mag-guide natin siya kung ano yung tamang senior high school strand, and makapag-decide siya dun sa kanyang career direction for college. Number one, advice ko po, ang sabi ko, observe and talk to the child. Second, if possible, talk to the advisor sa kanyang junior high school o sa guidance counselor o sa principal ng pinanggalingan niyang school dahil sila po ay merong profile ng interest ng mga bata. Dahil part po yan supposed to be ng guidance services ng school. And pangatlo po, review natin yung results ng kanyang NCAI, kung siya ay nakapag-NCAI na. Kasi yung results po nun ay medyo naka-align dun sa competency ng bata, interest and inclination na pwede nyong gamiting source para makapag-decide kayo kung anong program o anong strand ang pwede niyang kuhanin sa senior high school. Yan. So sana po ay nasagot namin yung tanong ng parents on the elective and also for the recommended strand for senior high school. Can you please give us a rough estimate fees for STEM S? Again, text po or pakitawagan yung number po namin para po ma-discuss ng aming admissions team yung details ng tuition fee para kung kayo po ay may follow-up question, hindi na po tayo naghihintayan ng reply dahil right then and there masasagot na po ito sa tawag. Yan. So, hindi po sa ayaw namin sagutin yung inyong mga inquiries. Kami nga po ang nag-offer ng call para po mas mabilis yung turnaround ng response na ina-expect ng ating mga students and parents. Ayan. Is that semestral both for senior high school and college? Hindi po. Ito po ay para lamang sa senior high school. Wala pa po feedback si MCL sa BBL after submitting the required documents. Sige po, naririnig po yan ng enrollment advisors na nasa likod ko ngayon. Wala pa raw feedback. Pakihintay po yung feedback because we are reviewing more than 400 submissions, 400 times an average of 5 documents per student. So, bine-verify po yan isa-isa. Yan. So, please give us enough time po. Sa totoong buhay po, pag pumunta po kayo dito, ipipila nyo rin po yung mga documents na yan for submission. Magtatagal din po. Ginawa lang po nating online, pero just the same, medyo maghihintay pa rin po tayo ng konti. So, yun po ang pakiusap ko sa inyo. Please give us more time to verify the documents. How do we know if our child is already accepted on her online enrollment? Wala naman po kami tinatanggihan sa online enrollment. So, pag napasa nyo na po yan, pakihintay po yung course message sa amin. May manggagaling pong course message sa amin to give you an advice and payment instructions kung pwede na pong magbayad. Again, our payment transactions will only be accepted online. Meaning wala po tayong over-the-counter transactions dito sa MCL. Sarado po ang aming treasury office. So please review our guidelines for our off-site payment channels. We have RCBC, we have Cebuana Luwilier, we have M. Luwilier, we have PayMaya. So yun po yung apat na yon. Kung magbabayad po kami sa RCBC, wala po kaming account number ng MCL. Hindi nyo po kailangan ng account number ng MCL dahil pag nagbayad kayo sa RCBC, it should be bills payment. If you are familiar with RCBC, ito po ay green form. So, green form, hindi siya blue. Yung blue po ay para sa deposit. Yung green ay bills payment. So, ang kailangan nyo pong malaman for bills payment ay complete name ng bata, which is 100% sure po kung alam nyo po yan. And yung student number ng bata, na alam nyo na rin dahil siya ay naka-access na sa Blackboard Learn. So yun lang po, hindi nyo kailangan ng account number ng MCL. For PayMaya naman po, that's purely online. If you have debit card or credit card with MasterCard or Visa logo, that means acceptable po yan for PayMaya payment. What if hindi po nakapagpasa ng birth certificate, good moral, and school card? Qualified to attend the class pa rin po ba? Sana po willing mag-submit ng documents. Kasi parang ito po yung lahat ng major requirements to enroll. So, kagaya po niya, sige po, mapapatawad siguro natin yung certificate of good moral tsaka report card. Pero sana po yung birth certificate namin para malaman namin na si Juan de la Cruz ay itong taong ito ay siguro po available naman po yan. Okay? So, pakipasa po yan together with the other documents such as affidavit of undertaking, statement of compliance, and paternity waiver form. Kahit sa school po, meron po talagang ganyang requirement. So, we're trying to be considerate po, pero meron po talaga tayong minimum requirements na kailangan. Do we need to fill up the affidavit of undertaking only if you cannot pass the credentials? Definitely po, kung sasabihin nyo po sa amin na 9 out of 9, meron kami niyang requirements na yan. Sige po, hindi na po pwede na pong wag nang magpasa ng affidavit of undertaking. Yan. Bibigyan ko pa po kayo ng regalo. Dahil for the first time, meron kaming isang new enrollee na 9 out of 9 ay kompleto ang requirements. Parang wala pa yata tayong ganong case, no? Tinatanong ko po sila, wala pa silang nare-report sa akin na complete requirements. Yan. So, pwede po, kung kompleto, pwede po namin wag nyo nang ipasa yung affidavit of undertaking. Where can I access the breakdown of enrollment fees for grade 11? Just the same, yung mga pinost po nating numbers kanina. Ayan. So, paki-check po. I-text nyo kami. Tatawagan namin kayo para ma-explain. What is the next step after sending the 9 documents in BBL? The documents are already validated. Yun po. Wait for our course message para mabigay namin yung payment instructions. When will the forms for scholarships available? Dahil po tayo ay remote enrollment, hinihintay lang po namin yung form na naka-format na sa Microsoft 365. So once it is available, ise-send po namin yan through the Enrollment Management System course in BBL. Fillable form po yon. Doon na po kayo mag-fill up and isasubmit nyo sa amin. Lahat po ng scholarships offered by Malayan colleges ay nandoon. Some computer stores nowadays are running out of stocks. Wala bang sad face na pwedeng i-share? Nakakalungkot naman na running out
Wala
of
nang
stocks.
mabila ng laptop, sir.
Opo, ganun po talaga. Talagang medyo matindi itong kinonfigure sa atin ng pandemya na ito, na yung mga dating napakadaming demo laptop sa mga eskaparate ngayon ay isa-dalawang model na lang. Ito po ay pangako namin, yan, sinisingil lang ako eh. As highlighted in the previous viewpoint session, we'll appreciate if MCL can refer. Opo, mayroon na po kaming mga coordination with our suppliers. We're just checking po dun sa specifications para po ma-release namin yung specifications and yung contact numbers ng mga suppliers. Siyempre po, we want to refer you to suppliers na magbibigay ng good deals in terms of warranty, in terms of after-sale support. So, yun po yung mga tinitingnan namin. Pangako po namin yan, in the next few days, we'll be releasing that so that you can be guided on your acquisition and purchase of laptops for online learning. Yan. Bibigyan din po namin kayo ng regalo, kaya lang anonymous kayo. Kung magpapakilala po kayo sa amin, bibigyan namin kayo ng gift. Bakit po? Kasi gusto namin yung mga parents na all-out support for online learning of the students. And that's something spectacular, but since we are entering the new normal, tama po yung direction po na yan ng parents na we really need to adjust. Diba? Lahat po, budget, yung ating management of resources, because this is definitely the new normal. So thank you po for raising that concern. Meron ba akong nakalimutan? Update for transferees with incomplete requirements. When can we enroll? We said already po in the previous viewpoint session that enrollees, transferees will be accommodated starting July 15, kasama po ng mga old students ng MCL from Senior High School. So, July 15 po. For the meantime, yung mga transferee applicants, please email us at admissions@mcl.edu.ph so that we can guide you in the process for application. Is it okay po pag wala din yung card and good moral? Ito yung mga nagtatanong na gusto lang talaga ng outright na sagot. Pwede po basta magpasa ng affidavit of undertaking. Since it was asked for, do we send all our report card one by one picture to complete the application process? Kung available naman po, ay wag na po nating i-hold. Diba? So, kung available naman po yung report card, 1 by 1 picture, good moral certificate, huwag na po natin i-hold, ipasa na po natin, total online naman. Kung minsan po, doon po tayo nagkakaproblema kasi pag ini-screen namin yung documents, ang daming inconsistencies, tapos later on, meron pala naman kayo ng mga requirements na bubuo ng kwento. So please, submit na po ng mga requirements na nasa inyo para po makausad na tayo, makamove on na tayo. I already took the admission test in my BBL account. There's no personal information sheet and online application form. Is it really like that? Ang totoo po niyan, bago kayo pumasok ng BBL, dapat nakapag-personal information sheet na kayo and online application. So, ibig sabihin, kung nagawa nyo na yon, yung Microsoft 365 form, we call it personal information sheet and the enrollment application form. Again, that happens before accessing BBL. So, kung nakapasok na kayo sa BBL, definitely, tapos na kayo dun sa personal information sheet. Regarding the payment, can we go to MCL to pay the tuition? Yun po. Again, our enrollment po is remote. Even for payment, we encourage off-site payment channels. Is it timely for now to discuss your grading system? As for my son, enrolled in ABMA. So ito po ay, again, sorry po but this is our forum for new students. Hindi ko po alam kung anong specific po ang pinapadiscuss on ABMA. Kasi wala pa po kami nagpapa-enroll na new students. So I assume ito po ay current student na may concern sa ABMA. So kung ganun po, you can email Teacher Tony po. Or kahit sa amin, admissions at mcl.edu.ph, we will refer the matter to the senior high school so that it can be addressed properly. Is the GSA available already? Not yet. Give us until tomorrow to start sending the GSAs because we will be validating the discounts on miscellaneous fees and tuition, which is again, I think there's another question before. Can we have an idea on the discounted fees considering that there will be no classes and the use of facilities? Ayan. So number 1 po, last December, we applied for an increase in tuition fee. But because of the pandemic, we will be suspending that increase in tuition. So hindi po kami mag-i-increase and we will be discounting the miscellaneous fees for senior high school basically because of, yung sinabi nyo po, discount on the use of facilities and the laboratories. So, yun po, paki-email po kami para makuha namin yung email address ninyo and we can discuss further the tuition fee. Ayan. Should we send our ESC certificate or we need to wait for the course instructor to tell us to do so? Pwede nyo na po yung i-course message so that we can validate. Okay? Pwede na po i-course message. O sige po, para masimple, we will be adding one assignment in BBL, which is what? Scholarship application and ESC certificate. So kung meron po kayo nun, upload nyo po sa amin para makita namin na kayo ay nag-a-apply for scholarship. Meron pa bang mga questions? Do you still need the hard copies of good moral and report card? For now po, online muna po tayo. Hindi natin kailangan ng hard copies dahil wala rin pong tatanggap because our offices are currently closed. Pwede po ba mag-change ng strand? Yes. Please send a course message to your enrollment advisor so that we can manually change your strand. Yan. What is the per semester coverage dates, Teacher Tony? Ang start ng per semester, the start of per semester is August 17, right?
August 17, sir, until December.
Yan. So, is it safe to say that the second semester will start January?
January to April 30.
Ayan. So, marami
You
po
would notice, sir, that, sorry, sir. You would notice that in the calendar released by DepEd, it's lesser than, if you're going to count only Monday to Friday, it's lesser than the 200 days required because we're supposed to be maximizing until the Saturdays. And since it's online learning, we can really count on the Saturdays for some more activities and consultations, and that's counted as school days still.
Okay, so yun po. Mga nagtatanong po niya, yung mga nagpaplanong mag-out of the country, pinaplano na yung mga bakasyon nila. Kaya na pandemic po tayo ngayon, wala pong mga flights na, marami pong flights ang hindi available. So, pero yun po, sinabi po namin, first semester will be August to December, second semester will start in January. May question po si Elsie, if my son will be pursuing engineering course and he finished senior high school in the same school, will some of his senior high school subjects be credited, hence shorten number of years to finish his college? Wala po tayong ganoon kasi iba po talaga ang content, ang coverage ng senior high school tsaka ng college. Take note po, binanggit ko po kanina, ang senior high school po, kahit na STEM yan, basta graduate po ng senior high, pwede po siyang pumasok ng kahit na anong program sa college. So, that explains po why we cannot develop a ladderized program between senior high school and college. Dahil ang treatment po ng CHED sa senior high school graduate ay generic. Pwede siya sa kahit na anong program. So, hindi po tayo nagkikredit ng mga courses kasi iba po ang coverage nun. Kaya kung ako din po ang tatanungin, pa yung kaibigan, mas gusto ko po na i-enroll pa rin po niya yung mga college courses kasi mas applied po yung mga yon. So, mas aligned yon sa gusto niyang kuhanin sa kung anong field ng engineering yung gusto niyang kuhanin. Ayan. So, would there be a separate orientation for parents and students to learn about the grading system? Yes po. Ito po ay orientation for prospective enrollees. Meron po tayong separate orientation for enrolled students. Kaya pinakamaganda po niya mag-enroll kayo para po maisama namin kayo dun sa schedule ng orientation. Diba po? Yan. So, ano pong ibig sabihin ng transition to semestral? Yung po nabanggit natin kanina. Dati po ay trimester ang senior high school. Ngayon po gagawin nating semestral, which will start August 17 until December, and the second semester will start January of 2021. Fully online na po ba this academic year? Yes, for senior high school, because the Department of Education has already issued a statement about it that this academic year for basic education will be fully online. Kaya yun po, ano po yan, lilinawin ko lang po, ang stand po ng MCL dyan ay masakit. Masakit para sa amin na gawing fully online yung academic year 2020-2021. Bakit? Number one, ready po tayo na magkaroon ng blended learning and face-to-face classes. Pero tayo po ay ready rin na sumunod sa pinag-uutos ng pamahalaan na fully online ang academic year 2020-2021 because of the pronouncement of no less than the President of the Philippines that in the absence of a vaccine for COVID-19, residential classes or face-to-face classes will remain suspended. Ngayon, wag po nating tuldukan itong laban na ito dahil kung mag-i-improve po ang sitwasyon anytime sooner at papayagan po ang face-to-face classes, blended learning, the assurance that we can give you is that MCL is 100% ready to welcome our students for face-to-face classes. Ayan. So, fully online as mandated by the government, but we are giving you the assurance that whenever the government lifts that prohibition on the conduct of residential or face-to-face classes, the school is ready to organize face-to-face and the actual classes for our students. Ayan. So, where can we find the details of the courses or subjects for STEM-M and STEM-M strand? Ito po ay generic kung ano po yung nasa learning competencies ng DepEd. Ano po yung nasa K-12 curriculum po ng DepEd. Yun din po ang ginagamit namin except for some electives. So, Ma'am Tony, maybe you can share some of the features of the STEM-M strand.
Yes, sir. For STEM-M, well, the electives that we give to all strands, as I have said a while ago, we have the life skills. So we have road safety and first aid CPR, and we also have life skills of financial literacy. well, the electives that's only for STEM M, we have pre-engineering mathematics. Yes, we have pre-engineering mathematics. We have algebra, fundamentals of algebra. We also have computer programming for STEM M and robotics. That's it, sir. So
Okay.
if you're looking at the electives that is aligned to probably math related college program, our elective for that is the pre-engineering mathematics.
Okay. So, ayun po. Saan po makukuha ang voucher? From previous school po ba? Ang voucher po ay nakukuha sa government. Sila po ang nagpo-provide niyan. Baka po ang tanong po nito ay, kasi dalawang case po yan, kung ang anak nyo po ay hindi grantee ng Education Service Contracting or yung ESC way back in junior high school, ibig sabihin kailangan po niya mag-online application sa PEAC, Private Education Assistance Committee, the one tapped by the government to organize the distribution of the voucher program for incoming senior high school students. Dati po, June 6 po, binuksan yung online application for the voucher. Unfortunately, sa ngayon po, wala pang binubuksang application. So, with that, hintayin po natin na mag-open yon. Ngayon, kung siya po ay ESC grantee from the previous school, tama po kayo, kailangan nyo humingi ng certification from the junior high school na siya ay ESC grantee. Okay. Paano po pag walang ID? Paano nga? Pag walang ID, hindi ko rin masagot yan kasi mula grade 1 to grade 10, definitely merong school ID, hindi ba? So, again, I would like to reiterate that ang purpose po natin for requiring the ID is for the identification ng nag-e-enroll. So, pakigawa po ng paraan, humingi sa barangay, may passport, ID po yung mga yan. Birth certificate po, proof of identification po yan. Yan. So, is there any course related to sports track in MCL? Wala po tayong strand for sports and athletics sa senior high school. Hindi po nakapag-NCA yung daughter ko along with her whole batchmates in school and she's going to be grade 11 this school year. Will this affect her enrollment process? Hindi po, kasi ang NCA po ay profiling lang naman for college readiness and assessment of possible careers. So, hindi po yan obstacle for enrollment. Ang payo ko po dun sa NCAI, baka po kaya nyo na itanong to dahil tinanong ko kanina, sinabi ko kanina, ang NCAI po ay guide lamang sa inyo kung ano ang ibibigay o ipapakuha ninyong strand or program sa inyong daughter o doon sa ibang mga anak nyo pa po na mag-enroll sa grade 11. So, pwede nyo pong gawing basehan yung NCAI. Pero hindi po ito requirement sa pag-enroll sa grade 11. My child is an ESC grantee. Can she use this as part of the enrollment fee to your school? Yes po, ipadala po sa enrollment advisor yung ESC certification from the previous school so that we can validate the scholarship and the value of the voucher will automatically be applied to the assessment of fees. Pwede po ba sa RCBC online payment? Yes po, we encourage the use of our offsite payment channels. Can I pay online via GCash, bank to bank, transfer to RCBC? Again, hindi po. Kasi kapag nag-bank to bank transfer po kayo, that's deposit. The only acceptable way po is through bills payment. Ngayon, kung kayo po ay may card ng GCash, kasi yung dati naman nag-i-issue ang GCash ng card, meron po yung Mastercard logo, pwede nyo pong gamitin yon sa PayMaya gateway. What is the recommended strand for students planning to take BS Mathematics or BS Applied Math? Teacher Tony, STEM M, tama ba?
Yes, sir. Ano po ulit yung tanong? Sorry.
Planning to take up BS Math or BS Applied Math for
Yes.
college?
STEM math po, sir.
Ayan, nasagot na pala ito. STEM M may be considered as an SHS strand. Yan. Can MCL refer us to a partnership with a laptop supplier? Yes po. We are just finalizing the offers from our accredited suppliers and we'll definitely share that to you. Bibigyan pa namin kayo ng gift for supporting your children dito sa online learning sa gitna ng pandemic na ito. Yan. Where to submit the application form for the Ayala promotional discount. So, we'd like to greet our colleagues here from Ayala Corporation and the Yuchenko Group of Companies. As part of our partnership with the Ayala Group, we are granting discounts to qualified dependents of Ayala Corporation. So, Sir Lito, are you there?
Sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Maybe you can share some on yung mga stories natin in the past about yung mga nag-avail ng Ayala NYGC discount. So, Sir Lito is the Director of the Student Affairs Office.
Okay, ayun po, dear parents, kung kayo po ay empleyado, regular employee ng anumang Yuchenko Group of Companies or Ayala Corporation Companies, you can apply for what we call YGC Promotional Discount or Ayala Corporation Promotional Discount. Ang kailangan lang po dyan ay inform nyo po ang ating admissions office. We will be sending you a form that will have to be signed nung pong HR, nung pong company na inyong pinagtatabuhan, and that will still have to be also validated here dito po sa MCL. So, magpo-provide po kami sa inyo ng form. Just inform us na kayo po ay empleyado, regular employee ng mga companies na ito. Ayun po.
Okay. So, thank you very much, Sir Lito. Actually po, two ways po yan. You can get the form from us or maybe you can talk to your HR officers. Kasi po, binababa po yan sa Yuchenko Group and Ayala Corporation sa HR team. So, may mga kopya din po sila ng forms na yon. Sabihin nyo lang po na may dependent kayo na mag-enroll sa MCL. And bibigyan din po kayo ng form from the HR offices. Meron po sila. Okay?
So, James,
yes.
ang baka magbigay sa kanila ay yung sa Mapua, no po? Hindi po yun yung form ng MCL. So, just in case po na binigyan kayo ng sa Mapua at hindi pa po available dyan yung sa MCL, makipag-ugnayan lang po kayo sa amin and we will be providing you the form na pang MCL po.
Okay. Ayun po. So, meron ding tanong na meron po bang sports scholarship given the new normal and social distancing? Again po, we are sorry that we suspended the granting of athletic scholarship program to new students. Bakit po? Kasi ang requirement sa athletic scholarship program ay tryout. Ang requirement po sa tryout, physically po, makonduct dito yung games. But because of the GCQ standards, hindi po tayo makakapag-call out ng tryouts ngayon. Pero once na tayo po ay i-allow, definitely po, we'll be considering granting athletic scholarship program, which we have been doing for the past ilang years na ba, Sir Lito?
Sir, since 2011, meron na tayong mga athletic teams na ginagranta natin ng athletic scholarships yung mga student athletes natin. Ka-qualify ko po, meron po kasi kaming two types of teams, no? Yung po tinatawag naming merong athletic scholarship na yung mga students at yun pong wala pang athletic scholarships pero provided naman po ito ng lahat ng mga amenities na kailangan po in order for them to excel sa sport na kanilang kinabibilangan. So, tama po yung sinabi ni Sir James. Sa ngayon po ay suspended yung ating dahil po sa situation natin ngayon, syempre, hindi po makapagta-try out. Pero, once na nagkaroon po ng tryout at nag-recommend na po ang mga coaches ng kung sino mga magiging qualified, and then ni-recommend niya at naaprubahan po ito ng management, then mari po maging scholar yung bata, athletic scholar po ng MCL. Nice ko pong ipaalam sa inyo ng MCL po very recently, kasi po we are known for academics. Para pong mapuwa din, tinatawag nila nga, no, na parang, ang MCL, magaling lang yan sa academics. Pero ito lang po, very recently, sa Southern Luzon Colleges and Universities Athletic Association, nag-second place po ang MCL sa larangan ng men's basketball. Ang mga players po ng MCL ay mahigpit when it comes to academics. At parang yun po ang dahilan kung bakit nung una ay tawag nila Weeping Boys. Pero hindi na po ngayon. Ang MCL, bagamat hindi naman natin hahanapin yung mga para napaka-outstanding players, but we more than make it up for their teamwork, their dedication, and their strive, no, to be excellent and virtuous sa kanilang ginagawa. So, we're proud to say na ang MCL po ay making strides na rin sa larangan ng sports. At ibibigay po ng MCL yung pong kailangan ng mga players natin para po sila mag-succeed sa larangan nila.
Okay. So, thank you very much, Sir Lito. So, yun po. Hintayin po natin na ma-allow yung conduct of tryouts. Mahirap po kasi mag-basketball ng may social distancing. Walang manalo. Diba,
So, Joy, salamat sa clarification mo kasi kanina may sinagot ako na meron pa, no? Meron yun. Pero of course, ang premise nun ay, yun nga, ang gobyerno kasi, sa situation natin yun, talagang imposible magkaroon ng tryout. But the moment na allowed na yan, okay na yan, then we will do it. We will do it. We owe it to those students that they love that sport and they want to serve the community. They want to be they want to show, no, the stuff that they are made of sa larangang ito, and they also want to help their parents. Marami po kaming nakapagtapos ng kanilang programa, no, academic program dito sa MCL dahil sa kanilang athletic scholarships.
Okay, so thank you very much for clarifying po. So yun po, commitment po namin yan, kasama yan sa balanseng buhay ng mga estudyante. So we have that program already. The only impediment that we have now is yung conduct of tryouts po because of the community quarantine standards. Pero once na ito po ay allowed na, definitely po we will resume that granting of scholarship to qualified students. So may naniningil na po sa akin, paano ko makukuha yung gift for the supportive parents. Sige po, papatulan namin yan. Gagawa kami ng Facebook activity na share your new normal, your surpassing limits of the new normal stories. And we will be giving out, katuwaan lang para masaya tayo. Kailangan ba ang pandemic nag-iiyakan tayo? So sige po, gagawa po namin yan ng programa so that we can share good stories of parents and students preparing for online education under the new normal. Ayan. So mapapansin nyo po sa ating Q&A, sinasagot na po ni Teacher Tony and our admissions team yung ibang mga concerns about electives for ABM. So nasagot na po, Business Trends and Innovations is our elective for ABM related. Ayan. So nasasagot po namin. Basically, the portal that we are using now, the platform that we are using now, isa po ito sa platforms din na ginagamit ng mga teachers and students for online learning. So real time, nakakapagtanong kayo, nasasagot namin. So ganun din po ang kumbaga yung conduct ng online learning for the different courses both in college and senior high school. Ayan. So does that mean may chance of face-to-face for college? Opo, dahil ang sinasabi pa lang po ng Commission on Higher Education ay suspended po ang blended learning hanggang August 1 kung di ako nagkakamali, o parang August 1 titingnan kung pwede nang mag-conduct yung face-to-face classes. Kaya po ngayon dahil ang may malinaw pa lang po na statement na fully online for the entire academic year ay DepEd. Sa senior high school pa lamang po namin ito ini-implement. Ayan. So thank you daw, Sir Lito, for explaining and clarifying the scholarship. That's from Arlene. Ayan.
Yes, sir.
Can a first cousin employed at Ayala Group upon enrolling be qualified for the promotional discount? Let me check on that, but I think that's only for dependent.
Yes, sir. Yun
So,
po,
dapat
mali po
nanay.
yun. Dapat dependent po yung bata. Anak po natin. Kailangan po anak po natin para siya mag-qualify for the promotional discount.
Okay. Meron tanong dito, Teacher Tony, about the PE courses. What will happen po sa PE courses? Are the students going to take online the PE course classes also? Nakamute si teacher. Teacher Tony.
Baka may kausap, sir. Balikan natin siguro. Mamaya.
Okay. So take note po, just for
Ay,
clarification.
sir, sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
Ayan.
Hindi ko makita yung... Sir, regarding PE, sir. Opo. PE will also be conducted online, sir. The same as our other skill-based. It would have to involve instructional videos coming from the teachers, and the students may be asked to send or to submit their return videos if ever they will be asked to perform a certain skill in PE. Then the submission would be a return demonstration of the skill that is being tackled in the PE class. But this would be more on instructional videos coming from the teachers and a return demonstration video coming from the students.
Okay. Ayun po, idagdag ko lang din, baka po ang pinanggagalingan natin ay yung mindset natin about the PE classes na as originally planned by DepEd. Gusto ko lang pong sabihin na as a response to the pandemic and the social condition that we have now, nireduce na po ng Department of Education yung malaking bahagi ng mga learning competencies sa iba't ibang courses ng basic education including senior high school. So, yung mga concerns po natin na baka pinanggagalingan pa natin yung dati nating mindset na ito dapat yung topics na makover, hindi lang sa PE, kundi sa iba-ibang mga subjects. Dahil nga po tayo ay nasa pandemic, dahil tayo po ay mag-online learning, kinalibrate na po ito ng DepEd. Kaya expect po natin na bawas na din yung mga activities and coverage na nilagay ng DepEd sa curriculum. Pero, ang consequence naman po nun ay yung mga important topics na naiwan, na essential, definitely mapoprolong yung contact hours and yung exposure ng mga bata dun sa learning experience. So, yun po ang pinanggagalingan ngayon ng schools. Kasi baka sabihin natin, oh, binawasan pa rin ng DepEd, hindi bawasan nyo rin ng oras, bawasan nyo rin ng bayad. Laging ganun ang kasunod na na discussion. Pero, yun po ay kondisyon lamang po sa pandemic. Meron po mga adjustments na ginagawa para hanggat maaari, hindi naman mamenos yung learning experience ng mga bata. Ayan. So may mga tanong dito. Paano pag... Yes, teacher.
In fact, we are following the MELC provided by DepEd, the most essential learning competencies. That doesn't mean that the curriculum guide that we were following before is in contrast with the new MELC. It is just a calibrated version of the old, I couldn't say old because it is still in use, it should still be in use, but only in this year that there is a pandemic, MELC will be used by schools, the most essential learning competencies, the reduced number of learning competencies and even topics across all courses po yan sa lahat ng basic education units will be utilized for this school year. We will be giving you a copy of this so you will also be updated as to the coverage of this school year's topics and competencies per course, sir. We will be doing that.
Okay. Ayan. So, thank you for clarifying po. So, ayan, napakadami mga questions dito. Ito, specific din to. What will be the procedure for taking examinations and quizzes for senior high school now that it is probable that the whole academic year is online? You may want to answer this, Ms. Tony.
Yes, sir. Our learning management system provides us with different options in giving assessments to our students, formative assessment or the evaluative ones, no? So, hindi po masyado namin yan nakikita na major roadblock in terms of giving valid assessments to our students. Kasi we can design the assessments, the quizzes, the examinations in a way that will be secure, and also it would be accessible for students to answer. Similarly, when they are answering quizzes and examinations in a face-to-face kind of setup. So, meron po niyan, naka-in place po yan sa ating Blackboard Learn. Pwede pong mamili. Meron diyang multiple choice. Yung mga the usual types of examinations that we give, it's all in there. So, we will just have to design it and provide the content.
Okay, thank you very much for clarifying. So, may tanong tayo dito, what will happen just in case si Blackboard ay mag-crash? Parang nalampasan ko yung kanina. Nag-crash si Blackboard, paano daw ang alternative learning? Ganito po, gusto ko pong sagutin yan sa konteksto ng kasaysayan. Umpisa po natin mga 1984. Haba.
Tagal yan, sir, 1984.
Konteksto ng kasaysayan, ang pangalan po ay comparative analysis. Number one, we've been using Blackboard since 2015, 2016. And to that 5-year period po, ang utilization namin ng Blackboard ay nasa pagitan ng 90 to 100%. And not once na nagkaroon po tayo ng case na nag-bug down o nag-crash si Blackboard simula nung 5 years na yon. So baka may magpa-follow up question. And noon yun, di naman fully online learning noon. Yung utilization po natin, 90 to 100% na rin po, so that's close to fully online. Pero hindi po tayo binigo ni Blackboard. Okay, so based on history po, reliable po si Blackboard at ang server po niyan, ang database po niyan ay dependable definitely. Ngayon po, ang pangalawang tanong, sige, worst case scenario, nag-bug down si Blackboard. Kung mapapansin nyo po, may mga ibang institutions po na ang ginagamit na learning management system ay free. So kung halimbawa pong hindi kakayanin ni Blackboard, napakadali din po lalo kay MCL na mag-adapt ng alternative learning management system para lang po ma-ensure yung learning continuity. Okay, so yan po ay isang kalinawan and assurance sa mga parents na even on the worst case scenario, meron po tayong kahihinatnan at meron po tayong magagawa. Okay? So we started e-learning in 2008 with the Moodle. We call it EMCL, and that's a freeware po. That's freeware. We use it from 2008 until 2015. And yun din po, wala rin case nang nag-bug down yon. But we saw the need to adopt a proprietary learning management system. That's why we shifted to Blackboard in 2016. So kung yun nga pong libre ay hindi tayo binibigo, di lalo na po itong may bayad na wala rin namang history sa atin ng nag-bug down. Okay? So yun po ang gusto kong konteksto na i-share sa mga parents to give you an assurance already. And that's a valid question. Paano nga naman, ang mahal-mahal, tapos fully online learning, tapos biglang sasabihin nag-bug down. So meron po kayong ganong assurance that if ever we have that worst case scenario, we can easily shift the learning management system to those that are readily available. And that's the flexibility that MCL offers. The second point...
Sir James nga pala, can I add to that? Our faculty members are trained for that. Meron po kaming training na kinoconduct regularly for our faculty members. for such an eventuality. That's why meron pong ibang mga sites kung saan ang aming mga faculty ay they make available ang mga resources na to, and our students can also access such sites just in case ito pong ganito eventuality mangyari. And they are course developers. Alam po nila kung paano nila magiging mas madali na accessible ito sa mga estudyante namin, not only in Blackboard but also in these backup sites. Katulad halimbawa ng Google Drive and the like. So marami po yan. OneDrive, marami po na ginagamit ang MCL faculty para lang magkaroon ng backup plan just in case yung ganyang mga bagay po ay mangyari. Yan, Sir James. Additional ko.
Okay. So, ayun po. So, yun yung flexibility po that we can offer. So, may nagtanong din, paano kung magkaroon ng power failure? Halimbawa, ito pong online meeting natin, for example, para po dun sa mga late na nakapag-sign in, hindi inabutan yung first discussion, immediately po, until tomorrow po, give us until tomorrow, we can publish already the recording of our proceedings for today. So, ganun po kabilis. So, ganun din, pag ginamit po itong mga platforms na to sa online learning, immediately po yung recording available. So, kung nagkaroon ng power interruption yung bata habang nasa kalagitnaan ng klase, pwede po niyang balikan yung lecture na kinonduct ng teacher. At pwede niya po yung balik-balikan every time na gusto niyang mag-review kasi nasa Blackboard Learn po yun. Okay, so ganun po ka-dynamic yung ating mga platforms na ginagamit for online learning. So kung yun po yung kinakabala nyo, kahit actually hindi power interruption minsan ay talagang hindi available yung bata sa oras na yon, o kaya naman emergency, nasira yung computer, mamimiss na ba niya yung lecture? Hindi po, kasi pag nagkaroon siya ng computer at naka-access siya sa Blackboard Learn, lahat ng na-miss niya na lessons ay naka-post doon. Yan. So ito medyo galit si Ana. Anonymous Ayan. So we're asking the completed personnel application for new students since May. We've already done. As of today, June 11, we've never received an email for confirmation to access BBL. Ayan. Ito po yung pinapaliwanag ko po from the start na pagpasok po ng pandemic, kinailangan po nating i-ship yung ating online admissions at i-connecta siya sa Blackboard Learn. So yung nagpasa po ng personal application for new students, supposed to be po, kung nabasa nyo po yung guidelines, meron po tayo dong step-by-step procedure on how to access Blackboard Learn by getting your credentials. Pero mukha nga po nagtatagal na. So ganito na lang po, wag niyo na po tingnan yung credentials na yon. Yung pinopost po namin na number, pakitawagan niyo po yung isa sa mga number na yon and bibigyan po namin kayo ng live na instruction. Kung nakaharap kayo sa computer, mas maganda para mas makita nyo po yung, para mas mag-guide po kayo kung paano nyo ma-access yung Blackboard Learn. Right then and there, bibigay po namin yung inyong student number and yung mga default password to access BBL. So yan po, pakitawagan po yan. Huwag po tayong ma-stress. At mangamba na hindi makaka-enroll, hindi makakapasok, na huli na. Wala pa po nakaka-enroll, sa totoo lang. Okay, so eto po, mahahabol po natin yan. Please talk to us po. Ayan po yung mga numbers ng aming, we call it helpline. So pwede nyo pong tawagan yung mga yan so that you can be assisted properly. Napakaganda katanungan. How's the performance of your senior high school graduates when they took entrance exams in top universities? Teacher Tony. O ako na mag-share as registrar.
Pwede bang magyabang ng konti, Sir James?
Sure.
If you're referring to top universities, maganda po ang performance natin dyan, higher than the national rating. If you're referring to the top 4 universities, we even have students who would pass the admission examinations in all 4 universities. And we're not just counting a few of them. We really have a number. Sir James has the statistics though, pero as far as performance po ng mga bata dyan, I am confident to say that the senior high school curriculum and the way that we deliver it prepares our students well for college undertaking, whether in the top universities or somewhere else, even abroad. And we have seen that, Sir James, in our past batches, they were able to pass universities here in the Philippines and even abroad.
Ayan. So yun po. So last year po, parang ang passing percentage natin sa UPCAT ay 33%. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali. That's last year. And the national passing is only 10%. Okay? So mataas po. We should take into consideration that the absorptive capacity of the University of the Philippines is very limited because of the free tuition. So nag-free tuition pero hindi naman in-increase significantly yung budget ng state universities. Kaya nilimit din nila yung kanilang absorptive capacity. Kaya po mababa yung kanilang passing rate. And the MCL students out of the 1,000, that's 1,200 graduates last year, July 2019, parang mga nasa 400, between 450 to 500 yung nag-apply sa UPCAT. And 33% of that made it to the admissions test of the University of the Philippines. And as mentioned by Tony, we have good passing rates in the top universities, including the University of Santo Tomas de La Salle University and Ateneo de Manila. Randomly, nakikita ko sa Facebook, pinopost ng mga senior high school grade 12 natin, yung mga nakapasa. Para-pareha, same course, same program, pumasa sila dun sa top 4 universities. So those are indicators of good academic preparation that MCL offers to our students. Ayan. So para hindi na magyayabang, sabi nga ni Teacher Tony, i-enroll nyo na lang po para mas ma-experience po ninyo yung academic preparation that we are offering to the parents and to the students.
Sir James,
So does PBL have an app or can it be accessed through a browser? May app po siya for both iOS and Android. Yan. So BB, Blackboard is the same platform we are using here in Jazan University in Saudi Arabia. So far, it is dependable and reliable. Thank you very much po for the affirmation. So tayo ay may mga participants na from the Middle East and many other parts of the country and the world. Dahil online learning po ngayon, yung absorptive capacity po ng MCL, medyo nag-innovate na rin po. Dahil fully online, we can accept students coming from different regions. So kung may mga kamag-anak po kayo na nasa Visayas, nasa Mindanao, dahil fully online po, pwede natin yung pa-enrollen dito. Kung abroad naman po, pwede rin as long as meron silang mape-present na documents of Filipino citizenship and other enrollment credentials. So, pwede po yan. 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 Just to assure the parents, during the session, I texted the number shown in the slide and somebody called me immediately to answer my inquiries. Thank you and kudos to the team for their immediate assistance. So, thank you po. Kaya kami multitasking po habang sinasagot po namin yung mga tanong niya sa live chat. Nag-reply din po kami sa live chat, sumasagot sa live dito sa broadcast, and meron din pong tumatawag sa inyo. Kaya naririnig nyo sa background yung mga ring ng landline and cellphone. So thank you very much for the affirmation. Yan. Pwede po bang phone ang gamitan sa online class? Yes po. If we're talking of smartphone, pwede po yan. Kaya lang baka po yung mga analog phone, hindi po pwede. Kasi hindi po nakakakuha ng app yon for Blackboard Learn. So wala po tayong requirement na specific. Bring your own device po tayo when it comes to online learning. Basta po nakaka-access yan sa internet, iOS or Android or a Windows phone. Pwede nyo po yan, pwede po kayo mag-download ng Blackboard app. Yeah. So yun po. Wala po bang bawas ang miscellaneous and tuition fees? Since hindi po magagamit ang school facilities, nabanggit ko po ito. We're not increasing the tuition for this year. That's the first good news. Second, we will be discounting the miscellaneous fees. Pakihintay po yung assessment, yung GSA na tinatawag kanina pa sa live chat. Isesend po namin sa inyo yon, and that also gives the payment instruction so that you can settle the fees remotely through our offsite payment channels. Ayan. So palagay ko po ay luto na ang adobo for lunch. Dahil yung 140 po natin ay 102 attendees na lang ngayon. Nauunawaan po namin na ang hiningi po namin sa inyo ay 9:30 to 12 noon lamang for the viewpoints. But we do not want the discussion to end here. Definitely, our numbers are posted on screen. You can call us, you can text us, you can email us, and we will be happy to attend to your concerns. Another option is for you to join the next series of Viewpoints. We'll have another session on June 16, again for senior high school. So if you have follow-up questions, please join us in the next Viewpoint session. And for college po, we're brewing something for you in the coming weeks to talk about our college programs. We are very excited to welcome you at Malayan Colleges Laguna. Ito po ay ginagawa namin nung wala pang pandemic in the auditorium, in the lecture rooms. We are gladly talking to parents and prospective students to further introduce MCL to you. But because of the pandemic, we have no choice but to do this online. So I hope we can be comfortable with this online discussion. Anyway, interactive pa rin naman po. Nakakapag-share kayo ng inyong mga feedback and concern. So itutuloy po natin ang viewpoints sa mga susunod na weeks. And as part of our commitment, all the recordings of viewpoints may be viewed in a number of times through YouTube and in our website. So pwede nyo pong kuhanin doon yung viewpoint session para kung meron kayong na-miss na discussion, pwede nyo pong balikan. Ayan, and our promise will be organizing an online activity for our parents and new students. Share your surpassing limits under the new normal story, and we will give some gifts to our parents and students who are doing an extra mile to prepare themselves for online learning amidst this COVID-19 challenge. So thank you very much po to our participants. Thank you also to Professor Angelito Platino of the Student Affairs Office, Ms. Tony Rose Levita of the Senior High School, the admissions team for helping us out in the production of this online meeting. Ingat po kayo on behalf of the administration of Malayan Colleges Laguna Amapua School, our President, Dr. Reynaldo B. Bea. Sana po ay nakapag-share kami sa inyo ng fresh insights about Senior High School and Malayan Colleges Laguna under the new normal. Again, this is your moderator and your host, Professor James Ronald Messina of the Admissions Office. Thank you again for joining and stay safe po tayong lahat.
Okay po, God bless po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you.